Jaguar White, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her, and I'm speaking to our listeners when I say that. She's basically someone that was in the industry, speaks very publicly and loudly of everything that she experienced while in the industry. And her recent claims is that basically Jay-Z and Beyonce are just as bad as Diddy, that they've done horrible things, that they're really terrible people, and things of that nature. My question is, do you feel that this is just like a protocol in the industry as far as like making it big and being larger than life to like basically be this evil, manipulative, messed up individual doing cruel things to make it to the top? Is that what it takes? Is that where we're at? Because it's to me it's one of those things where it's starting to be cliche. Like everybody that makes it to the larger than life, and if you're African American, because that's the pattern we see. They got to tear you back down and remind you of all that you've done to get to where you're at once you reach the billionaire status. So how do you guys see it? Do you see it the same way, or is it different for y'all? Don't care which one. Keith, Omari, y'all gonna take it? Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. Omari, you taking it?
Um, I would say that it is somewhat a cliche, but it seems as though from outside looking in, it seems as though individuals have to do something unethical or against the bylaws or against their better judgment in order for them to be seen as somebody in power. If you want to get to this power or get to this level, you're going to have to do this because we did it. Whoever's at the top is basically saying we did it, so you should, or at least that it seems that way from the outside looking in. It seems as though that is the way it's set up for business and how the world is set up in terms
Mm-hmm.
of this industry, whether it be Hollywood, whether it be music. It's just altogether uh, where you have to think of yourself in a total different way. You know what I'm saying? And somewhat do something unethical in order for you to get there. And I believe it. And I believe it because even in corporations, people cut people, they fire people, like it's just, and claim that it's just business. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So I I think that is something that is cliche and that happens in normalcy, even and not just in it's just that it's more prevalent and more broadcast right now in the music industry and in Hollywood. But however, I think it's in almost every industry.
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see and you start hearing things come from other corporations that these individuals are in cahoots with. Not just
Mm.
liquor store, not just liquor companies, but banking companies, investment companies, things of that nature as well.
Mm-hmm. Like on the whole wild web of everything coming in together in
Yeah.
cahoots to make it
Hmm.
all work and work out. I see what yeah, I definitely could see that. I could definitely see that. Keith, did you want to add to that?
This is the industry that they're in.
Hmm.
It's a whole bunch of I'ma hold your feet to the fire. It's a whole bunch of that's just business, period. You know what I mean? And cause I'm always looking for a way to hold something over you.
Mm.
I'm always looking for a way to have an advantage over you. So yeah, let's go to the strip club and let's see if he doesn't get himself into some sort of let's see what his vices are
Mm.
because I need to know where I can I need to know how I can get one up on this man in the event that I need to get up one up on this man. I need this it is literally keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Now
Mhm.
we know what that means, right? I need
Mhm.
to know my enemy better than I know my friends for reasons, for reasons, whatever the reason may be.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So in the event that I need to get one up on this person and have an advantage or whatever it is, that's business.
Mhm.
That's business 101. So yeah, let's have a party and let me put all of these vices. Okay, let's see what he's into. Let's see what he or she is into. Okay, cocaine won't do it. Okay. Oh, all right, let's do shots off of women. Let's see what's going on here. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Okay, that's not all right. Let's have an orgy. Let's see if he or she wants to come to the orgy. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me put these cameras up and stuff like that. You know, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Got gotcha. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
let's see what this person's vices is so I know what to present to them. Let's see what they can't say no to.
Right.
I'm looking for an entryway. I'm
Mhm.
looking for I'm looking for a way to get in to where and where I can always be in if I need to be in.
Mhm.
Hey man, I need I'm a little down on my luck. My business isn't doing so well right now. I need a $500,000 loan real quick. Nah, man, I ain't giving you that type of money. Oh, you're not giving me that type of money? You're not giving me that type of money? What about Stacy in that back room of that party the other night?
All right.
What do you know about? Why do you know about that? I know
Mhm.
about everything, Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Man, how much you need? I said
Leverage.
500,000. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'll get it back to you. You need leverage. They looking for leverage. And
Mhm.
amongst other stuff. You know what I mean? You just might like
Mhm.
it. And you might not. There I may be able to supply this type of lifestyle for you and put you in these rooms with people. It's not always just about money, it's about power.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
Um.
so I mean, it's you got to look at the source. I don't necessarily believe everything that she's saying, but
Mhm.
I maybe believe some of the stuff that she's saying cuz I don't believe that Jaguar Wright was invited to every room that she speaks about. Not at all. Your
Same
Jaguar Wright
here.
didn't hear but I personally did not know about you until you started popping up on Vlad TV and all of these spaces. You know what I'm saying? I know that you're a singer and all of that type of
Right.
stuff, but
Not to cut you off. I didn't even realize that was her on Unplugged.
yeah,
Like I didn't realize that. I was like,
yeah,
oh, okay. Now I see who you were.
yeah,
Now I see your role. Like I
yeah,
didn't put the two together. And when I say Unplugged, listeners, I'm speaking of Jay-Z's Unplugged. Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think sometimes she's just shooting off at the hip. Same
Hmm.
thing with Orlando Brown, who they
Hmm.
apparently they're about to do well, they just recorded something together. So that's not credible at all to me. You got Orlando Brown, I'm like, bro, you haven't been in anything since That's So Raven, in my opinion. I mean, you
Hmm.
haven't been in anything notable since then. So what in the world makes me think that you've been invited into all of these rooms and know all of these secrets? I don't believe that. You
Well, they
know,
speak on a lot of things from the past, from when they were popping. I will give them that. They speak on a
Orlando
lot from the
Brown
past.
was what 18 the last time he was popping. And if you are and popping is relative. What are you saying popping? What is popping?
Oh well, I what I mean by like they were. I feel like they would have been invited back then
You
to
think
the.
Orlando Brown would have been invited to a Diddy party?
I mean, I think if Orlando Brown was looking to go, they wouldn't have said no. He was one of the hottest crewmates on Disney at the time, but back then, he was relevant. He was like he was the funny little brother that everybody thought was so adorable.
And see, no, he wasn't. Don't even know who he is.
uh, something that stood out to
We
me.
thought you said Orlando Bloom. We thought you was Orlando
I,
Bloom.
now that is two different people, Keith. Seriously.
I know it is.
But something that stood out that Jaguar brought into play, which I didn't really care for it because I'm just like a lot of people just I just feel like they should just leave it alone. But she did bring up that Aaliyah's death was definitely like planned, of course, by Jay-Z and Beyonce
Yes,
to,
and
to
she said Aaliyah was unconscious on the plane.
on the
Um,
plane.
when there is footage of her being conscious walking onto the plane,
That's the stuff that I'm
and
just like,
the plane
sis,
literally blew up as soon as it took off.
as soon as it
No
took
one goes
off.
to sleep that fast.
Due to it being too heavy, like that's just, come on, everybody knows, like, even
Yeah,
when you fly a regular flight, they'll tell you your luggage is not going to be on this flight because we already are over. It's going to come on another flight. We'll deliver it to you. Like, that's the stuff that I'm just like, come on, sis. Like, we all know the reason why the plane
right.
was too heavy. So this is the stuff that I just be like, I can't really buy into everything you're saying. And that's why you already said it. You don't believe much of what she says. Oh, how about you? Because I don't
So
either.
so we got so we got Jaguar Wright, who you can't believe everything she says. You got
Mhm.
Orlando Brown, who you can't believe nothing that he's saying.
He
So
says,
we got two grains of salt that are doing an interview.
It's great. It's great. It's great TV. It's great for social media because of
right.
what they bring. It's
But I will
animosity,
say,
it's negativity, and it keeps people
Mm,
intrigued.
it's negativity. Yeah,
and I
exactly.
will say, no, they haven't come to them and sued her for defamation of character or slander yet. So
Hmm.
I mean I think that's
And
something to note as well.
right. And I always said, why nothing's happened to her? Why no one's put a gag on her? Anything? Like, I always question that. Like, why is she getting away with all that she's telling? And you have to keep in mind that Orlando Brown did say what he said about Diddy, and I was just like very disturbed because when he said it, everybody thought it was a joke. But to see all this stuff come out, it's like, oh, well, did he? Like, that's kind of wild. Like,
That
he
don't
did
mean I
get
did nothing
back.
with you, bro.
Oh. You
That
gotta
don't
have
mean
it on
I
film.
could be guilty of stuff and still not have done what you accuse me of.
Right. He could have just saw it and then been
So
like,
yeah, so Puff was just all through the Family Matters house, huh? So
I think he was
Reginald
only
Vale
on
Johnson
one
and
episode.
then 3J.
3J was on it. He was
Puff don't have a type apparently.
oh my goodness. I must agree, Keith. It does get a little out of hand with some of the claims, but it does make you go, a lot. Like, that's just for me. Like, I don't take none of this serious. Like I said, I appreciate these people for what they brung to my life at the time when they did. Like, Diddy was definitely one of the profound artists in my childhood. I Harlem Shook. I make this money, take this money. His swag, all that. We all was walking around here saying "Bad Boy for Life." We all love Biggie. We all love the artists he brung to life. So I just try to keep it in that light, honestly. Like I said, when it rains, it pours, and he's just in the midst of a serious hurricane. So I wish him well. I hope he holds his head.